Morning, everyone. Good to see you. This year, we're going to be doing some devotionals from the book of Ephesians. Our school verse, or our theme verse for the year, comes from the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 2, and it says, "Be completely humble and gentle, be patient, bearing with one another in love." And so as we begin this year, we're going to look at some of the main themes that we find in the book of Ephesians. Ephesians was originally written by the Apostle Paul to the church of Ephesus, which he helped to plant on one of his missionary journeys. And nearing the end of his life, Paul is writing to the church from a prison in Rome where he's waiting for his final trial, which is going to bring about the end of his life. And he's writing, and you can just kind of feel the joy as he's writing, right? It just kind of spills out from him. And not only is this like a letter of love to the church of Ephesians, he's trying to sort of impart his last few words of wisdom and to celebrate and encourage them for all the good things that they're doing. And so in chapter 1, Paul writes, "In him being Jesus, we have redemption through his blood, the forgiveness of sins in accordance with the riches of God's grace that he lavished on us." So this summer, I had the opportunity to officiate a wedding. And it was this beautiful, beautiful wedding. I'd never been to this location before, and so I roll into my little, car that I'm borrowing from my grandma for the summer, and it's this old barn. It's been around for over 100 years, and you walk into the barn, and they have completely redone this whole thing. There are these massive chandeliers hanging, huge windows. It is absolutely beautiful. Every last detail has been decorated. The bridal party looked lovely. All the groomsmen had these, the little matching bow ties looking all fancy. It was awesome. Every detail had been attended to. And then after the ceremony, there were these fun cheeses and hors d'oeuvres and all these mocktails. Sam and Liddy had like 30 different mocktails. It was awesome. And then, of course, after dinner, there's this huge buffet loaded with desserts, like everything you could possibly imagine. No expense had been spared. And as a result, it was this beautiful, fun, extravagant celebration that everybody who was there could enjoy. And this is exactly what Paul is talking about. God's grace is a no expense spared kind of grace. It is abundant and lavish, just like that wedding. It is offered to each of us through the person of Jesus. And it's an all-you-can-eat buffet of grace. And I just kind of love that image. So as we begin this year together, let us be reminded of the extravagant grace that is offered to each one of us in the person of Jesus. And let's share that grace with one another as we do life together. Now, if you have time together as a class today, I invite you to answer this question: how can we practically extend grace to one another here at Roslyn? Thanks, and we'll see you tomorrow.